Hello, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for October 6th to the 13th, 2023. If you're new here, we begin by setting the intention together, and then we'll get into the reading. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me while I set the intention for our session today. And just feel the pleasure of that breath coming into that beautiful body of yours. Knowing that it is pulling you, your spirit, back into your body where it needs to be, right here, right now. This point is where our place of power is, our point of wisdom, our point of congruence. Our body is a very important part of our human experience, and often it is an afterthought, something that we may want to change. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here about to do another reading of the week for October 6th to the 13th, 2023. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and collective well-being and the good of everyone whose life we touch. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all of those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that we cover all that is in our personal and collective heart and mind at this time, to our satisfaction in the window that we have together here today. I'd like to invite the 4 archangels now to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of peace, of enlightenment, of empowerment. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming and for creating this magnificent container across time and space, holding us all here together so we can co-create this reading for our highest and greatest good and the good of this beautiful planet that we love and is our home. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. Let's get to the reading, shall we? This is one of the sunflowers that's finally blooming in my garden. Now at the end of the season. The pickings are getting a little slender out there, but I'm sure we'll have flowers for a little while yet. Okay, Creator. This week, October 6th to the 13th, what is it that we most need to know for our personal and collective highest and greatest good so that we can thrive and shine and rise and be all that we're here to be? What would facilitate that unfolding in good ways for each and every one of us, as well as our collective path here on the planet at this time, for the good of humanity, the good of all life sharing this planet, and the good of the planet herself. It's amazing how it's all connected. We are not separate from. All right, first card this week we have what I like to call the legacy card. The name of the card is Protection. This is where we're coming from. This is information that is relevant to our present and our future, but it is helpful for us to be aware of it right now. So, the card of protection is all about the lineage that we come from. Now, this can be a lineage of some kind of practice, some kind of wisdom tradition, some kind of school of learning that has been passed down from generation to generation. It's a very important aspect of who we are because we all come from those who came before, whether that's our own family line or whether, as I said, it's a knowledge base or a tradition that we are following and adding to through our own life experience. This is very important for us this week to keep in mind. It's important for us in our present and our future. And it feels in some ways like this is a mindfulness thing, an awareness, pulling our tools in, our practices, our tools, our awarenesses that are helpful to our present and our future. There's definitely that piece here. But also the understanding of that legacy quality, that we are all based in the work of those who came before. We're based in the life of those who came before. And we are adding unto it. We are part of the human family. We are part of this collective of life, this continuation of life. We are the current iteration and expression of it. And we need to be present and appreciative of those who came before and provided for us the foundation on which we stand now. Because we, in turn, are taking this foundation forward. We're taking who we are, we're taking our talents, our knowledge base, our skill sets, etc. We're taking it beyond where it's been before. And so we all stand in this place. This unifies us as a human family, and it unifies us as individuals in our collective field, whatever that may be, whatever it is that you practice or you are part of. I'm currently studying the field of homeopathy, and this is very, very true in that particular school or line of knowledge and wisdom. It's something that's been developed over time, and it keeps being added unto. And with each new generation, the field of wisdom becomes deeper and richer and broader and addresses more. Because, of course, we're all evolving and changing and growing together. So just being mindful of those things that you are part of, whatever that may be. And as I said, if you don't feel like you're necessarily part of anything, remember that you're part of a human family. You're part of a lineage, grandmothers and grandfathers, aunts and uncles, those who came before, our parents. We are the product of their lives. We're the product of their connection and output to life. We're the current, as I said, iteration of this, and being aware that we are passing this on to others, which is our legacy piece. It feels important. And we have the Fool. I have to laugh because the Fool just seems to be our constant companion. The Fool is that lovely energy of the beginning of a journey, of the start of a vacation. It's a time of eager anticipation, of wonder for what will come. It's when we're well rested and well nourished and excited and inspired and moving towards all that good and sparkly stuff that's in our field. This is in our present, this energy of the Fool. So there's this quality of, yes, we come from somewhere, and we need to be moving forward eagerly. We need to be eagerly anticipating the wonder and the joy and the journey of life and the journey of our experience, and tapping into that as much as possible. It also represents the energy of joy and simplicity and ease and flow. We don't have to have it all figured out. In fact, sometimes we need to step into flow with life and surrender rather than try to control and micromanage every aspect of our experience. So when we come from a good foundation, and we all come from a foundation, and perhaps we have judgment around it, but trusting that it's been perfect for you up till now, even if it's been really difficult and challenging, it's made you aware of who you are and what you want, or the opportunity is there to discover this. And so, however imperfect, we all come from a foundation of some sort. And our journey now is to carry this forward, to take our own journey with eager anticipation, to take our own steps, to make our own sharing, to make our own contribution to the field of life. And it really is a wonderful thing if we can do this from a field of enthusiasm, from a field and a place of enjoyment, of satisfaction, of pleasure, of wonder. These things will all serve us very, very deeply if we can tap back into them, because we've kind of lost it. Our Western world, our scientific progress has sort of removed the magic in a way from our lives. And magic is essential. It's part of our co-creative, generative, imaginative process. And the Fool is reminding us to tap into that, tap into how it was when we were children. If you were fortunate enough to have that kind of childhood, and I'm sorry if you did not. But that energy of pleasure, of joy, of eager anticipation. I sometimes say that this is like that very first day of summer vacation, and when you're a child and you just have all that unstructured time ahead of you. Or it's like the very first morning when you wake up on a holiday, and hopefully you've left some blank spaces, but there's just this eager anticipation for all that is to come. And I think we need blank spaces in our lives to allow life to show up and surprise and delight us. If we have everything scheduled to a T, there's no room for the magic. So just something to consider. The near future card, change, 2 of Pentacles. So this pentacle energy is being repeated. Pentacle energy is earth energy. It's the stuff of life. It's the material world that we're surrounded by, but it's also family and community and connection. It's the land, it's farming, it's all of those things that have to do with quality of life. And we're moving into this energy of change, of transformation. I think we all know that this is just where we are. The human experience is one of constant change at the moment, and it can be really off-putting. But we're being reminded through this reading to know we come from somewhere. And as a result of that, we are going somewhere. There is a momentum that we have as a human family. And we are the current creators of that momentum. What do we want it to be like? And if we have eager anticipation rather than fear and shutdown, we will move ourselves in a completely different way than we will, as I said, if we're shut down. We have to remember we are the ones taking responsibility. Soul growth is in the present here because it's a major arcana. So this eager anticipation is part of our soul growth. It's part of our evolution, personally and collectively. And as a result of that, it will be creating change. What kind of change do we want to see in the world? Do we want it to be fueled by fear and contraction and control and doubt and uncertainty and have more of that? Or do we want it to be fueled by wonder, by beauty, by appreciation, by flow, by finding our people, by working with our people to create wonderful things, not to the exclusion of other groups, but because we are all here with our own abilities, talents, and aptitudes, and we're here to develop those and to share them with the world in good ways. And our communities, our people help us to do that. So this energy of the 2 of Pentacles, this near future, we're shedding skins. There's snakes here in this card. And there's the shedding of the old and the fresh new life, the fresh new expression of who we are. That's what we're moving into. So it's very much this continuation of this collective energy that we've been living in for the past few years. I mean, I suppose it's been going on longer than that because it is a momentum, it is a trajectory, but we're being reminded of our part in it right now, our mastery, our calling to be in this present moment. Our purpose is to live our life purpose right here, right now, to the best of our ability. And that adds unto the human field, our collective human field of the family of humanity. And as a result of that, we are generating change. So the foundation card, why we're having the reading this week, the energy that underlies the reading this week is the card of opposition, the 7 of Swords. We really need to take mastery of the opposition, of the contrast of our experience. She's holding, I think we had this card last week, she's holding something precious close to her heart, and she's fending the blades, the incoming energy away with her bare hands. So there's something precious and important that she knows she has to protect, to the point where she's using her bare hands to deflect. And she's moving onward. There is a movement towards us in this card. She's stepping towards us. So this cards of this week are talking about the contrast. Why we're having the reading this week is this quality of contrast and of value. What is important? What do we need to keep safe as we move forward? How do we do that with eagerness? How do we do that with eager anticipation and wonder? Staying open to the possibilities of our future so that we can create a beautiful future, not one based on fear and doubt and uncertainty. Because there is a lot of that right now, but that's not what is supposed to be underlying our creative process. What needs to be underlying our creative process is the understanding of contrast. We know what we want when we know what we don't want. And that's what contrast, that's the gift of contrast. That's what we're here to really get. Unfortunately, we tend to fall in the hole and wallow in the contrast. Woe is me, poor me, this terrible thing has happened, and it's terrible. And you talk to people about it, and they all agree with you. And before you know it, you have a whole momentum and field around what a terrible, awful thing this is, which isn't helpful, which isn't freeing of our highest and best. Rather, understanding that this terrible thing that's gone on in our field is for our good. It's all serving us. However difficult, however challenging, however much it's affected us, it's for us. It's serving our greater good. So the foundation this week is reminding us we need to pivot when we have those hard times or that hard contrast or that intense contrast. We can remain fixed and focused on that and fall in the hole, or we can pivot and say, okay, now what do I know? What do I know now as a result of this intense experience? What do I know now as a result of having gone through that? What's clear to me now? Where do I need to be putting my focus, my energy, and my attention? What has this lit up for me so that I can move in the direction of more light and be of greater service in life through my gifts and abilities as a result of this contrast and this hard time I've just been through? It's always in service to us. So remembering that we are on the foundation of what came before, however difficult, however challenging, those who came before us have lived through all kinds of stuff, and they didn't let it stop them. The human family has been through all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's still evolving and becoming more. And it's up to us as individuals to help feed the momentum in good ways through our attention, our intention, our focus, our ability to stay focused, can't find another word at the moment, on our good, on the contrast. What has it provided us with? And how do we keep moving in that direction? Following the yes, moving in the direction of our yes, that thing that is shiny to our heart, that enthusiasm generating quality, that's what we need to be moving towards. And this helps to clarify, helps us to understand it. So again, this interesting foundation that we come from, staying present, staying right here, right now in our bodies, living this moment fully, completely, being patient with ourselves for being human. We are so much more than our humanness, but that's the reality of our current expression, is this mostly human thing. And being patient and enjoying the journey and looking for the pleasure in it and seeking the wonder. The wonder is a word that seems to be very strong today in this reading. Seeking wonder, seeking eager enthusiasm and anticipation. Those qualities, harnessing that to the best of our ability, because that's what will fuel the beautiful future that we know is possible in our hearts. We know it. It's what's always motivated humanity. It is what continues to motivate us. It's that calling within us to something greater, that seeking for purpose, that seeking to become our best, is this collective push towards becoming more. That is what we've always been in these human forms, and it's what we will continue to be. And in this moment in humanity's evolution, we're becoming ever more present to the fact that we are the ones generating what is to come through our present moment experience and expression. So it's an interesting balance between surrender and flow, being really, really present, focusing on what we want, getting clear about what we've been through, and letting us use that contrast to redirect our lives and our energy and our focus in good ways. It's a lovely, lovely dance, a lovely journey, a lovely experience, and it's intense at times, yes. And we are up for it. We have what it takes to navigate this in good ways and create this beautiful life that we know is possible, and celebrate this brilliant spark of the present moment where everything happens in these beautiful bodies that are our compass, that help us remind us who we are, what we want, and what we're moving towards. We just need to pay attention and be here now in our bodies, not in our minds, far away from our bodies, somewhere else, distracted. Come home through the breath to the body. That is the key to everything right now. Being here in these beautiful bodies. They are the gift of wisdom. They are where our point of power is. They are where our wisdom resides. They are where our compass is. They help us to recognize our yes when we come towards it. All of this is here in this body. So as I said, the body cannot be an afterthought in this life. It has to be, I wouldn't say prime, but certainly held and valued in a way that we haven't up to this point. Or we haven't been. Some of us are better than others, and it's all good. We're all having this experience together. We're all learning together, and we're all affecting each other through our human connections. Whew, there's a lot coming through today, and it's really, really, really good. So just this reminder about the contrast serving us, that we come from lineages of powerful and beautiful and intense traditions and knowledge lines and family trees and all those kinds of continuation of the evolution of humanness. We're in the present moment, right here and now. We are the current expression of human bloom in life. We are it, right here, right now. You, me, all of us. This is where we're changing the future. We're making it here happen, right here, right now, from the wisdom that we've gleaned from this. And as a result of it, we are changing the future. We are shedding our skins and moving into something new and bold and brilliant and wonderful. And yes, there will continue to be challenges, because that is how we're operating in this duality. That's just how it works for now. The contrast will continue, but what's interesting is when we step into our heart flow, when we step into our yes, when we start to live into that, the quality of the contrast softens. It isn't quite so black and white. It becomes shades, and we begin to discern more from a place of following our bliss rather than needing to be hit over the head with a cosmic 2x4. Does that make sense? It's like we will continue to have those really austere, dramatic contrasts until we start moving in the direction of the yes. And then that's where we step into flow. That's where we step into ease. That's where things start to happen. And yes, we continue to grow. We continue to change. That never ends. We never get it done. But we can have a completely different experience than resisting all the way. So it's our choice right here, right now. Okay. I'm going to move on now to the card of the week. Thank you, cards. Very, very good distinctions for all of us to remember. And again, that idea of the legacy of those who came before and that gratitude. So many traditions have a practice traditions of honoring those who came before, and honoring the ancestors, the grandmothers, the grandfathers. Those of us, if you believe in reincarnation, those of us who came before, honoring us in our past iterations. We experience time in a linear fashion in this body, but it's my sense that time is a completely different thing. And when we transcend the limitations of three-dimensional experience, we can reach into time in a completely different way. And so when we have appreciation for those who came before us, or for earlier versions of ourselves, we're feeding that energy back through the timeline and nourishing humanity from our now moment. I hope you got that. I'm going to pull the card of the week now. Creator, what is it that we need to know right here, right now, going forward this week, so that we can be fully present, fully engaged, fully living life from our yes in a state of flow, understanding and wisdom, so that when we experience contrast, we can leverage it easily and effortlessly for our good and the good of all those who surround us and the good of this beautiful planet as a whole. Sending love back and appreciation back through time to past selves, past loved ones, so that we all can evolve more smoothly and harmoniously in the now, which is where everything happens. Okay, our card to grow on this week is Initiation, Ace of Wands. There's a sacred quality to this card. The initiatory journey, the beginning of the path of an initiate, starts with an initiation. I'm going to throw that word around a little more. So it's a very deliberate beginning. It's a ceremony. An initiation is a ceremony that marks you now from what came before. Our card to grow on this week has that quality to it. Who are you now? You don't need to worry about who you've been. Just be here now, fully, and live and create from this moment. As we create from this moment, everything changes. As I said, as we send love back through time, we change the timeline. As we send love into our future, we change the timeline, but it's from the now moment. So that energy of gratitude, appreciation, and love, we can play with that. That's our legacy as humanity. We can experience deep emotion. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And when we tap into that and can get into the frequency of vibration, that's what the universe matches. That's why, yes, we have hard emotions. We have difficult experiences. But this is why the contrast is important, and understanding the purpose of contrast, so that we don't get bogged down at the level of the emotions, but just understand that they're part of the experience. They're part of the information field that we're reading. Our emotions are giving us information. And so in this present moment, in this time of initiation, every moment is a time of initiation if we let it be. It's a sacred moment when we choose right here, right now. What are we bringing to life? How are we expressing ourselves in this now moment? How are we being? Of course, we're human. We have short memory spans, short attention spans. We fall in the hole, we pull ourselves up, we keep going. That's one of the amazing things about humanity, is how we persevere again and again and again. And it comes from this energy and quality of the now moment. The ace is like the acorn that grows into the oak tree. It holds that generative possibility of all that can be. And so remembering this week, as we go forward this week, take that nice deep breath. Come back to your body right here, right now. And get present right here, right now. And ask yourself, how do I express more love and light right here, right now? What does love want me to say? How does love want me to be? How do I be more light in my life, in the lives of those around me? How do I hold my light in a clear, true, authentic, congruent way to free all those around me so they can find their light and stand in their light and be an expression of their light? It's powerful. The times that we're living through are very deep and profound, and if we can do it well, with intention and attention and focus, as a sacred journey, coming back to the now moment as often as possible, not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, sending love forward and backward, but being here now and responding from here, that will transform everything. So I wish you a wonderful week of initiation through the breath, through the fire, through yourself, coming home. The catalyst of our human body processes is the fire. We are continually transforming. That shedding of the skin is happening all the time in our bodies. We are continually, in every moment, making choices and shedding the old. Our bodies are doing this continually. This is part of who we are as the human race, as human individuals. And we can harness this and leverage this to build very quickly and transform very powerfully and quickly as individuals, and as a result as a collective. So this was a big one this week. I hope it has served you. I invite you to take a nice deep breath, another one of those breaths, that inspiration of life into our field of our human body. Part of that renewal process, part of that generative quality, part of that shedding of the old. We breathe in fresh air, we breathe out the toxins, that which our body is prepared to eliminate. Our body is flushing. It is amazing. These human bodies are incredible. And so this week, honoring your body, respecting the body, taking good care of the body, through the breath, coming home to yourself in your body, and finding your comfort there, finding the wisdom that is here for all of us. We all have it. We just need to lean into it, turn towards it, come home through the breath. That's the first step. All right, just closing your eyes, having that nice deep breath, having that present moment here. We're wrapping up the reading. Creator, this is your daughter Titania. I want to thank you for the opportunity to do this work, to be a channel, a clear channel for the wisdom and information we are most needing to receive right now. I'm grateful to each and every person who is on these recordings every week, who adds their energy to it, their attention, their energy, their focus. Wherever you are an important part of these readings, and I'm grateful for your addition to this field of light that we are building together. I ask for support from all those who love us on the other side, that brilliant legacy, the shoulders upon the people whose shoulders we stand upon. Whatever traditions and lineages and family trees that we are part of, we send love and light back up through our family trees, back up through our knowledge lineage, back up through time, to all those who came before. Love, light, appreciation. Thank you for all that you've done for us so that we can stand here now. And in turn, we send love and light into the future for our children, for our children's children, for the generations yet to come. Understanding that we in this present moment are shaping the future that they will be living into and forming their own future from. So we have a responsibility to do this part well. And that starts with us, being fully within ourselves, leveraging the contrast of our life experience so that we become more. And as a result of building and intentionally cultivating more love and light in our field, we add unto the human family's beauty and our collective evolution in magnificent ways. So I'm grateful, Creator, for all the help that we are receiving, for all the love and support we've received from those in the past and from those in the future who understand that time is not linear. We are grateful for all the support we are receiving in this present moment at this time to transform ourselves and to transform our collective human field and to add more love and light to all life here and everywhere. Thank you to all those who helped to hold the space today. Thank you for being part of this incredible experience that we are all undergoing. Much love and light. Have a fabulous week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday. Bye for now.